Hello YouTube fan and welcome back to my channel. Today I just want to talk about Fitbits for any of those who are looking to get some kind of fitness sports watch. I have only had a Fitbit, so for other ones I cannot say. I used to have the Fitbit Surge and I've now just recently upgraded to the Fitbit Blaze, okay, there we go. The few things I wanted to say about these, why I changed. The Surge is actually the top sports watch. It's a watch, it has a band, instead of, like, this is removable, out of the Fitbit. So let me see. So you can take it out, and then to charge it, you take this away, so you can get other bands for this one. Whereas the Fitbit Surge, you cannot. The Fitbit Surge stays where it's at. So the reason I upgraded, although the Surge has a little bit more stuff, is that this is what happened to my band. So as you can tell, this is toast. I can't really do anything about it. The biggest difference between the Surge and the Blaze is that this one can come out, this one doesn't. This one has connected GPS, so me and my fiance like to go bike riding in the summer. So if I just bring this and not my phone, this will link and GPS everywhere we went biking, how far, everything like that. Where this one has a connected GPS, so in order to connect to the GPS on this phone, to this watch, you have to have your cell phone with you instead of it being integrated into the system. That is so far the only big difference I've seen, but I mean, let's be real. How often do I have my phone with me? All the time. So for me, when my Surge was breaking and I was like, okay, do I get another one or do I get a different one? And I was looking at the differences. I decided to go with the Blaze specifically because if this band starts to break, I can get a new one. Whereas this one, I had to buy a whole new Fitbit, and I got this last June, I believe. So obviously it lasted me a little over a year, but for the amount I paid for it, I feel like it should have lasted over a year. So yeah, so like I said, I switched, and I guess I kind of downgraded a little bit, but so far I love my Blaze. Great features on it is that it's colored. Let's see. This shows you how many steps I've done today, my heartbeat, how many miles I've walked, how many calories I've burned so far today, how many floors I've gone up today. Okay, and then you can click this. Maybe you don't click it. You slide it. Okay, and then if I click this, it'll say all my today's features. So it'll say my calories, my floors, my miles, my heart rate, all the things like that. But if I get out of that and then I go back, I can pick my exercises. So this one says run, bike, weights, treadmill, elliptical, workout. And on your actual Fitbit app, you can pick your different workouts. So those are my top ones, I would say. So I have those on my phone. So say I'm just picking workout. So I'm just doing anything random. You hit it, and then it'll say, let's go. And then you'll hit the play button, and then it'll start timing you. It'll say your calories. It'll say the time, your heart rate, how many calories, and then this over here is gonna say the time. And then when you're done, you're gonna hit pause, and then you can either play it again or you can hit finish line. So if I hit the finish line, this is gonna tell me all of my results. So 23 seconds, 111, my my max heart rate and how many calories I burned for that specific workout or program. So I think it's really cool. You can also have a timer on here. There's stopwatch, things like that. And then there's also alarm system. So if you have your alarm set for 5 a.m. to wake up, you can also set your Fitbit alarm to 5 a.m. and it will start vibrating on your wrist. I haven't used that yet, which maybe I should. That might help me get up quicker and easier in the morning. But I have not used that portion of it yet. Let's see if there's anything else. There's settings. You can control your music from here. So if you have Bluetooth headphones or anything like that, you can actually switch the song, pause it, go back. You can do all that just off here instead of having to pull out your phone, which I also think is really awesome. So when you charge this, the Surge, you had to plug it in right here. So then it was always kind of like this, and you had to keep it like such. But this one's nice because you just pop out the actual heart rate monitor, and then you just plug this in, and you can charge just this. So the main two reasons I wanted these ones, these brand, I guess, specific ones, was because they have the heart rate monitor on your wrist versus a lot of Polar watches and things like that. You have to wear a heart rate strap under here. Well, for me, I don't mind wearing a heart rate strap when I'm working out, but I like to know how many calories and things like that I'm burning all throughout the day with just my heart rate being on, so on my wrist. So I can tell, you know, my calories burned, my steps. I like to know my 24/7 tracker versus just a workout. So I guess it's to your preference which one you would prefer. There are different Fitbits that can do less than these ones. These are kind of the more higher end ones. Definitely worth the money in my opinion. You can get them from a lot of different places. The cheapest I found is Amazon, which is where I get like all of my stuff because I love Amazon. But I like having my heart rate right there. I can't obviously tell you if it's 100% accurate because I've never used a strap around my chest to tell my heart rate, but I'm consistent with using this. I wear it every day. So for me, I'm consistent with what that says. It's also awesome. So if you're doing HIIT, if you're doing some cardio on the treadmill or anything like that, and you have to wait for your heart rate to go low before you start sprinting or anything like that again, this is going to let you know. So even if it's not 100% accurate to a chest monitor, for me, it works that way. That's the method I'm using. So I really like that. It also tracks your sleep schedule. So if you wear it when you sleep, it'll let you know like how many times you're restless, how many times you wake up, how many hours of sleep you got. And I found that to be pretty accurate. I remember one morning I wore it to bed and then I rolled over, I looked at the clock or on my phone and it said like 10:35 or something. And then I later looked at my Fitbit on my app and saw my sleep schedule and it said that I woke up at 10:35. So it's pretty cool how it's accurate. The sensors in it actually go through your wrist and they can read the blood flow through your veins, and that lets you know. So when your heart rate slows, your blood movement slows, and then when you pick up and you're doing stuff, it gets higher. So I think it's really awesome. Obviously, anybody can get anyone they want, but like I said, the main reason I went down to this one is because I can get different bands. So if for any reason the band starts breaking like this one, I can get a new one, where instead this to me now is I can't do anything with this. I mean, it's almost completely ripped through the front too. So now I have a $240 Fitbit that I can't do anything with. So unfortunately that sucks, but I have had this new one for a little over a week now and I'm loving it. So any questions, feel free to comment below and I will answer them. Otherwise, I just wanted to update everybody on the different Fitbits I've had and tried. Thanks again for watching. Bye.